Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
You have just Hey, everybody. Excuse me. Welcome to a special edition of The Way We See It with yours truly, Blaze Man. Please excuse the little blackness over here. Yeah, I mean, just it's because of my headphones and because I don't know why, but one of my monitor speakers isn't working. I'm sure maybe it's a wire that came out or something. But anyways, that's the reason. So I'm sorry if it bothers you because it bothers me, that little black spot that's over there. But welcome, special edition of The Way We See It with yours truly, Blaze Man, everybody. Um, and I got this crazy background behind me because we're in the midst of moving a studio around. You know what I mean? So I don't want everybody to see me broadcasting out of the spare. Well, not really the spare. It's the bedroom. So anyways, how's everybody doing? Look, you can comment whenever you want. I'm going to stop moving my hands around because the lighting's not here. I'm going to stop explaining. But you definitely the phone lines are going to be open shortly, and I just want to talk about pretty much anything, everything. Um, it's definitely you know again definitely raining around here. Uh, it stopped a little bit, but it's starting to come down. So yeah, it's getting a little cloudy. You know what I mean? No, but for real though, it's raining. You know what I mean? Here, it could be downpouring, but it's not. It will be downpouring soon, but according to the news guys. But for right now, it's a little light drizzle. You know what I mean? Um, and yeah, that's about it with that. We also broadcast live on a radio station, FFN Radio Network, um, on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Today, the radio station is not up. Well, it is up. There should be music playing. I don't know. But you can click on the QR code up on the top left. Hey, in the comment section, just say hi or let us know where you're from and all of those fun things like that. Starting after New Year's, uh, we are going to be on TikTok. Um, whether the federal government closes it down or they don't close it down or whatever the shit may be. Um, I don't know. It is what it is. But if you want to call and talk about it, the number is 508-974-4231. Again, if you want to send us an email with a topic maybe you might want to talk about, you can reach us at FFN Network9 at gmail.com. Okay. Our website is down right now. okay, because it's under maintenance. And when I say it's under maintenance, is because I haven't had time to work on it. But when it is up and running, it is FFN Network, okay, .org, I believe it is. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's around. You can read it on the bottom there. But yeah, I mean, so like the Detroit Lions say that they're coming out with their guys like full force, right? The Detroit Lion coach says he's playing his entire team tonight. So, with that being said, uh, you know, Dan Campbell, let's see, yeah, that's me. I just get a little retarded when I have no, I'm just kidding. So, lots of stuff. So again, Dan Campbell of the Detroit Lions, he says that he is going to play his entire team, and he doesn't care about the critics or anything. So let's see what's going on with Dan Campbell and his boys. You know what I mean? I'm a little off today, folks. So just give me a few minutes to just get back into the swing of things, and we'll be rocking and rolling. Let me make me smaller. So let's take a listen, man.
2024 started with heartbreak for the Lions. In January, the 49ers pulled off a stunning second half comeback in the NFC Championship game with Brock Purdy throwing for 267 yards and a touchdown as Christian McCaffrey sealed the game on nearly a 40-yard run. The Lions bounced back in a big way. Jared Goff's thrown for over 4,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, while Amon-Ra St. Brown has racked up more than 1,100 yards receiving. Now at 13-2, Detroit are kings not of the jungle, but of the NFC. 49ers, meanwhile, they've been devastated by injury. The Lions in their history have never been the NFC's top seed. That's well within range as they take the field Monday night. For San Francisco, it's a chance to play spoiler again in what's been otherwise a season to forget. Tune in Monday Night Football at 8:15 Eastern on ABC.
Well, so there you have it. You know what I mean? Um, so anyway, so he's like ripping off like a bunch of shit. I'm gonna play everybody, and I don't care. You know what I mean? So I mean, look, I don't have a problem with it. You know, to be honest with you, well, maybe I do. Uh, and I mean, you already wrapped up the first seed, right? In the first round bye. So why are you going to go out there and play all your starters and take a chance on someone who's significant to the team? Hurts themselves, right? Because I don't. Well, you can't say that. I can't say what I was just about to say, and the fact that I don't know. I guess I do. I do. I have a problem with it. So, but let's just take a little listen to um his reaction when he was asked about starting his players and all of that stuff like that, right? And I I don't have a problem with hard nosed coaches. You know what I mean? And I kind of like this dude. He's kind of put the Lions on the map, right? So what is it like? You can call in or comment and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's like 13 teams that haven't won a Super Bowl yet. I don't. It could be higher. I don't know, but I'm thinking like about 13 teams. And Atlanta, Detroit, uh, Jesus, who else is in this? Well, I think as far as Atlanta, I think, yeah, what I can think of right now is just Atlanta and Detroit that, hasn't been to a Super Bowl. And so let's listen to Dan, man. because Dan's the man. Check him out.
Well, once again, Hutch. I mean, he is his amount of growth. It goes without saying, his motor is unbelievable. I mean, this guy is, to be able to play at the rate that he plays at that intensity for that many snaps in a game is it's rare. And then on top of that, he's got talent, and he's continued to develop his different moves. I mean, he's got different moves now. He's developed, he's got the long arm, he's got the spin, he can dip and rip, he can chop, he can swat. And so if you ever get one-on-one, I mean, he's going to eat you up. I mean, more times than not.
Baby, can I have some
they held the ball a little bit
soda?
more today than what we saw last week. I mean, these guys tried to push it a little bit more, 5-step, and early I didn't feel like they were helping on some of the passes, whereas the game got later, they were not going to allow that anymore, and they chipped and nudged, and so he's having to try to beat double teams. But he's a force right now. He's a force.
Yeah, it sucks, but I was just talking to some guys. I think this is going to be really good for us. We had an early loss last year too, and I remember we lost to Seattle, and everybody thought we sucked again. And so it was. I think we're going to keep this one in perspective, and if we're going to be struggling a little bit.
I would have slapped one of the reporters that was laughing. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, but we sucked last year. We didn't do a good job or whatever. Well, you all heard what he said. And then you got the reporters that are laughing at this guy. You know what I mean? Me, I would have got fined by the NFL because I would have gave somebody 5 across the eyes.
As a team, I'd rather we struggle early rather than late, and we're gonna, the plan is to catch fire as we get through the season, and then, then we go from there.
I asked for improvement from last week, was the story, and we did improve. And their coach cost them. Their head coach cost them this one. So, critical error into half. And 100% on me. We improved. There's areas we got to continue to improve on, but it's not okay. Look, there's nothing that is going to make any sense to anybody. There's no way to justify this. It's a massive error on my part, no one else's. And it was just between hurry up field goal and clocking it, and it was 100% my fault, 100%. And that's why we have guys on the field. We're trying to clock it, and it's just, it's one of those things we work over and over, and we're good. We've been good. We do everything, and then I mess it up. So
he's at the top of the pyramid here, and when the guy at the top takes accountability like he has throughout his career, and even today, it makes it all easier for everyone else to take accountability when they're at fault. And I know he did take accountability for that, but we had plenty of opportunities to overcome that and make the plays to win the game. And I know he's going to be hard on himself, but as players, we got to be better. I got to be better. I got to pick him up. I got to pick up other guys. The guys got to pick up me. That's how we win. And unfortunately, we couldn't overcome too many mistakes today.
Well, you don't come over too many mistakes today. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm hearing, right? It's like, so what do you think, right? It's like, I'm a New England Patriots fan, okay? And all right, man, your folks are gonna stop texting me. You know what I mean? Because they're all good. Huh? I'm sorry, folks. All right, so let me do this. All right, and then I gotta keep an eye on my phone, so that way, if someone calls into the show, you know what I mean, I can, I'll see it. You know what I mean? Because you people texting me, it comes through. Anyways, so I see it. I think Kansas City, I think they're going to get jacked this year. And, another thing, too, is I can kind of see it now. You know what I mean? When everybody hated me and, they hate me. They just, didn't. I was a Patriots fan, so everybody's like, sick and tired of them winning and shit like that, right? So I guess I kind of see it now. I guess you know what I mean. Everybody busting balls and all that shit like that. I mean, look, uh, I don't dislike somebody who likes Kansas City because they're winning. And what I used to say to everybody else that used to give me a hard time about the Patriots dominating in the NFL is beat us. All you got to do is beat them. Now, there's a shit ton of people that are out there and, um, you know, say that, the refs helped, helping Kansas City or helped Kansas City and, shit to that nature. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But I think Kansas City's going to be there. Now, I'm an underdog guy, so I think that I am going to want to watch Detroit. I really would like to see Detroit at least, make it to the Super Bowl. Okay, at least make it to the Super Bowl. Um, that would be awesome. You know what I mean? And the Lions are playing tonight, a Monday night football. It's the last Monday night football game of the season. We still got 1 week left to go, week 18. And hello, can I get something to drink, please? If you don't mind. Anyhow, uh, you know, it's when you tell the wife you're doing your show, and she still walks in the room, and you can still hear her about to talk over there. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take a fast break, okay, about a 3 minute break. We'll be back, and we're going to get off the football shit because there's crazy shit going on. We got drones to talk about still. You had, oh man, oh, I can't think of his name now. That just, oh shit. Anyways, maybe one of you can help me. Again, you can type in the comment section. um, it's the guy that used to work the UFOs, and he resigned because he didn't like the fact the government was Luizondo. Yeah, that's the name. So this dude was interviewing Luizondo. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but it's around there, and about the drones and all of that stuff like that. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to take about a 3 minute break, and when we come back, the phone lines will be open. You can give us a call and talk about anything that you want to talk about. Doesn't have to be about the drones. You know what I mean? And we can just go balls to the wall, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, again, we'll be back in about 3 minutes or so. All right, stick around. Watch more of special edition of The Way We See It right here with yours truly, Blaze Mom. Hey, hey, everybody! Thanks for sticking around for more special edition of the way we see it. I wanna get into this drone thing, right? Uh, I mean, there's like so much shit that comes out, right, about the drones. Everybody has speculation about everything, and you don't know what to believe anymore, right? Because even the mainstream media is full of shit. You already know that, right? And the fact that China, sent a weather balloon that got off track or whatever the situation may be a few years back or a year back. I think yeah, it's like a year back. And nobody makes or bats an eye about it, right? They shot it down. Now you got drones. Now it's not like it was, kids flying drones. Uh, some of these drones were the size of like Volkswagens and things to that nature. So we got a clip here. Well, we got a little interview about what was going on. This is 4 days ago, the last that I could find of any information out there. This is 4 days ago. Bunch of stuff being put back together and shit like that. But we got a call. Let's check it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, caller, you're on the air with the way we see it. With yours truly, Blaze Man. What's your name? Where you calling from? Hey, Steve. What's happening, man? It's great to hear from you. Oh, in a Jersey, dude. Ah, Jersey, Jersey. Yeah. All right. All right. So we're let's hear it because I know we're talking about drones. You call in and you're from Jersey. So what do you got for the people out there that's listening to us right So, do you think like it's another like China balloon type of situation? Do you feel living in New Jersey? Okay, I mean, can do you actually have you actually like visualized any of these drones in the air? And they're pretty large too, right? Right. Right, and some media outlets and are saying that these drones are like flying around air traffic and stuff like that. Now, look, I did a little reading on drones, and plus, I'm a huge fan of Skinwalker Ranch, and just from Skinwalker Ranch alone, knows that any government facility has the means to shut the GPS off on these things, return them back home, or whatever the situation may be. If it doesn't have the capability to return itself back home, it just dies and drops, But I know the government has technology to just, as far as GPS goes, scramble it, the whole 9 yards. And go ahead. Right, right, right. Or like I said, what's really Right. Right. Or maybe give you as much information as he can, right? No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense at all. I would believe in 100 years that we wouldn't let some foreign adversary start taking pictures of what's going on. I agree with you 100%. So thus is the mystery, right? Why are they telling these people to stand down? And if anybody can shoot these things down, it's going to be that base, right? Because I'm sure that flak and artillery, the whole shoot shebang. So they had Lou Alzando, I think his name is. His name is Lou Alzando. Lou Alzando, yeah, and um he was on a program with somebody. Jesus, I can't remember, and I hate when that happens. Lou, what is his name? Yeah, Lou Alessandro talks about the drones, right? So I don't know. I don't. I mean, you're. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Right, 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 right. Yeah, right, right, right. I agree. I agree. All right. So, I've heard of it. Yeah, yeah. Right, That's very interesting. It's not only interesting, it's kind of scary. You know what I mean? Because I mean, look, look, if they don't have the technology to get here by the speed of light or whatever the situation may be, we we know about 12% of our ocean. Our ocean depth. I was reading an article yesterday, and this is off like the China Sea somewhere, those islands off of there, where it's almost like the deepest part of the ocean, and it's like a canal. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's like a deep canal, and I think it goes down. Anybody out there, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not exactly sure, but I know it went down about like 30,000 feet or something like that. I think that's a little extreme, but it went down to the point where it had illustrations of a diver of what he can sustain. You know what I mean? One of our nuclear subs and how much crush depth it can sustain. You know what I mean? And this thing goes way down further than that. So who's to say that there wasn't okay an intelligent people before us, the whole shoot shebang, the DNA, the whole 9 yards, and and they're just down there. You know what I mean? And now they're coming back up to the surface to check shit out, man. I have no idea, but I do know that the sightings are getting um more. Okay, the sightings are getting more. They're growing. Also, I mean, they're being pretty arrogant if they are UFOs. You know what I mean? Where it's like they don't care how many of them they throw up there, and they don't care who's watching it, and because quite frankly, if their technology can kick our ass, what are they scared of, right? Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. So it's like now they're just getting to the point where it's like, okay, they really can't do anything to us. The technology is, you know what I mean? And now let's just be a little bit more ballsy and let everybody know that we're here. I don't know. For me, I just think everything is happening more now. Ever since that the government let those videos out of F-16s or whatever chasing Tic Tacs and all that stuff like that, now you're seeing them in mass. You're seeing them, you know what I mean? You're seeing a lot more, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it." You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, bro. You kind of like standing up the hair on my arms right now, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, check it out. Yeah, check it out. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. you're just like you can't. You're just you're freaking me out right now, and I'm not gonna play all of this video, ladies and gentlemen, because it's like 17 minutes long. But I'm just kind of gonna give you an idea of what Steve from New Jersey is kind of like talking about in a sense, right? So now we'll put some real fucking smart people up here. Let's check it out, man. Let's listen. Yeah, Steve, you can hang on the line.
Proxima Centauri actually has a fairly Earth-like planet around it. We don't know quite.
See, that's another area that I keep hearing them talk about is Proxima Centauri. You know what I mean? And I don't think they're coming, if they are here, I don't think they're coming from another planet. I think they're here, Steve.
System to us. Proxima Centauri actually has a fairly Earth-like planet around it. We don't know quite how Earth-like it is, but it's called Proxima b.
Are we alone in the universe?
The astronomers have hit the jackpot. This is their dream come true. A new chapter in astronomy has opened up.
Imagine this. Scientists just detected something strange coming from Proxima b, and it's not what you might expect. A planet, just 4.2 light years away, is emitting light in a way that defies everything we know. Could this be a sign of alien technology? Proxima b isn't just another distant planet. It's a real contender in the search for life beyond Earth. Located just over 4 light years away, it's one of the closest exoplanets to our solar system, and it shares some surprising similarities with our own planet. First, let's talk size. Proxima b is roughly similar in size to Earth, which is one of the reasons it has scientists so excited. But here's where things get interesting. While it might seem like a twin of Earth, it's orbiting a red dwarf star, Proxima Centauri, which is much smaller and cooler than our Sun. This drastically changes the environment. Now, the key thing to remember, Proxima b lies in what we call the habitable zone of its star, meaning it's in the right position where liquid water could exist. Water is essential for life as we know it. But while Proxima b might have the right conditions for liquid water, it's also dealing with some major challenges. The most significant is tidal locking. This means that one side of Proxima b is always facing its star, while the other side is in permanent darkness. Imagine living on a planet where half is scorching hot and the other half is freezing cold. These extreme temperature differences could make it harder for life to survive.
Okay, so let's forget about it.
Proxima Centauri is known for its solar flares and intense radiation.
Got wow. Wow. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. that sounds feasible to me, man. I mean, that would be a good camo, some camouflage, right? So we got this government handling of drones is catastrophic. Elizondo, News Nation. Let's listen to a little bit of what's going on here and Elizondo. I also read some articles saying that he's kind of like a fraud too, but that's for another.
It is non-stop right now. I cannot believe the pace of how things are moving so quickly. And to help me in this, we're bringing in a great friend of the show and one of the leaders of this whole issue, Lou Elizondo. Lou, welcome back. Tell us, sir, what on earth is going on?
Well, thank you, Ross, and it's always a privilege to be with you and your audience. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing and highlighting this important topic. The bottom line, we've been saying for years now that we do not have complete awareness of what's in our skies. In fact, it was part of my resignation memo to then Secretary of Defense Jim Mattis. And despite the if you will, the counter remarks of the Pentagon saying, no, we do, what happens, let me remind you and your audience just what happened last year when we started looking for these UAP and recalibrating our radar systems. We start finding Chinese spy balloons wafting over unchallenged over northern continental United States. And step back even 4 years before that, there was an eerily similar situation in Colorado and Nebraska.
I mean, still today, I don't know how this balloon wasn't picked up. That's all I'm going to say right now.
Nebraska, where drones were being.
Got it. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Right. So, well, but that's the whole thing. Right. I mean, again, it's all weird shit, and we're never going to get the right answers unless we find them out for ourselves, right? Now, so okay, that I could buy, right? You know what I mean? Obviously, they're not going to come out and say, "Oh yeah, man, we let it float up because we were hacking the shit out of it and stealing information." They're not going to tell us that. You know what I mean? But if not, then it's crazy. But this drone thing for me is a totally like different animal. You know what I mean? And let's see what Lou else has got to say.
Being recorded, photographed, and even videoed by local law enforcement. FBI was called out, and they have no idea to this day the origins or where the things were going to or who was behind operating these quote-unquote drones. Now, what I will say, it was very interesting with some of these drones, Ross, is that some of them are being reported without the normal techno signatures, if you will, of what a drone should be and should sound like. So there's two types of drones we have, fixed wing and rotary wing, and some of these don't seem to.
Okay, Steve. So I think that he's like kind of going to get to your point a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe. It sounds like, because like he said, you got the orbs up there, right? So throw some drones up there, you know what I mean? To confuse everybody, right? And he's saying, oh, well, they can't pick signatures up from a couple of the drones. And the drones that they're not picking a signature up from is probably the UFO, and the ones that they are picking up are the diversion ones, right? So let's see what else Lou's got.
To be following any of those patterns.
So, can I just pin you down on that for a moment, Lou?
Yeah.
There's a thing that you've termed the 5 observables. Are any of these objects, and I'm going to use that neutral term, are any of these objects that are being reported over military bases, over crowded civilian areas, not only on the East Coast, but across the entire US and the UK and other countries, are these objects showing signs of what you would call the 5 observables?
Yeah, Ross, in some cases, yeah. Some people are reporting these things have the ability, first of all, they're moving silently in some cases over major urban area and populated areas. Two, there seems to be some perhaps transmedium characteristics. Some reports have these things coming out of the water and then zipping away very, very fast, what we refer to as instantaneous acceleration. And low observability. Can't see them on radars. In fact, when somebody, an investigator, sent up a drone to chase one of these things, it lost power, and his own private drone fell to the ground, and the other thing disappeared into what was described as.
So I didn't know we sent up other drones to chase it, right? Do you own a drone? Do you own a drone? Well, what's stopping you? No, really. Wow. So that didn't like excite you to make you want to, make sure you watch the skies the next couple of days and see if you can get your drone up to take a look. Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to lose it, right? Yeah. Yeah. You got some explaining to do, right? You know. But hey, Steve, it's been an absolute pleasure. This has been a special edition of The Way We See It. Tomorrow's show is a 2-hour show. And if everyone's up to come on and check it out, you're more than welcome. So with that, Steve, I got to let you go because it's time to run, and I appreciate your time. And I hope you give us a call back in the future, and we'll discuss some more of these drones because I'm super intrigued by it, and I'm sure there's tons of other things that we could talk about. With that being said, absolutely. If you end up getting that drone up, you know what I mean, and don't go chasing, you know what I mean, other drones and UFOs and stuff. But it's a pleasure, pal, and I appreciate your call. And talk to you soon. All right, now, good night. All right, so that's Steve from New Jersey. That was cool as shit, right? I mean, he's seeing them. He's seeing them. You know what I mean? And that's the cool part. But lately, this shit's been freaking me out, man. It's like how can I explain it? It's just like it's just more and more of it. Before it was like, oh yeah, I seen a UFO. You know what I mean? Now it's like, you know, uh, now you're seeing them everywhere. You know what I mean? It's like it's nothing. They don't have a problem with showing up, not just one, not just two. And when you see those videos, I don't know how much he is actually followed into in searching and investigating when they first showed those videos of the being chased by the Tic Tacs, but I have. I I watched everything I possibly could, and there was like dudes that were there, and the video shows them like catching or on radar. Excuse me. One. Excuse me again. But the dudes on the radar, man, they were seeing like hundreds of them, just coming out of the sky, and I don't know. Shit freaks me out. Like I said, sometimes, the hair stands up on my arms there. But it was great. But look, so tomorrow, don't forget to catch the whole show. The way we see it with yours truly, Blaze Man, and maybe Mr. B will come. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. B, if everybody could just, say a little prayer for B. His family pet isn't doing so well, and they tried everything, so far to see if, uh, help the animal out and stuff like that. So keep Mr. B in your thoughts, everybody, and hope for the best. All right. With that being said, I'm Blaze Man. You are watching The Way We See It right here on the FFN network. Like and subscribe. We are on 15 different platforms right now. There isn't a platform you can't go on. Okay. And I mean, we're on them. 15 live broadcasting live right now. 15. And we're going to be adding TikTok. Okay. We used to be on TikTok because I know how to manipulate the system. And we were live on TikTok. You can go and check that out at FFN Network 9. That's our TikTok, name there, whatever. And you can check maybe a couple of the 5-minute split videos that we have up there. But with that being said, again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.
Why do you believe what you believe? Because at some point in your life, you trusted the information that somebody was giving you. And that someone you trusted told you that a car was a car, a tree was a tree, a bird was a bird, the blue stuff above you is the sky. And that's the way that we began to determine what we believe to be a fact. Most of the things that we believe to be a fact in our lives are told to us through our stories or the news that we hear. So my question would be, if they were deceiving you with the stories they tell you, would you be able to recognize that?
You have just watched an FFN Network production.